So in previous lecture we were done with this program practical 3, multiplication of two 1 byte hex numbers. We discussed the program, we discussed the contents of register before execution, after execution. We discussed the details of memory locations before execution and after execution, and we were discussing about this flag register. According to the result, the flag registers are either set or reset. Like here, when we talk about Z, when we perform this Z instruction here, that means jump or not 0. When C becomes 0, then this condition is not satisfied. When C is 0, and here the condition is given jump or not 0. When condition is satisfied, it will jump to location 2007. But when C is equal to 0, condition will not be satisfied. There is 0. So it will not jump to 2007. It will execute the next instruction after this. After J and Z, the instruction is INXH. So when there is 0, when the answer is 0, Z is 1. When there is not 0, answer is Z flag is 0. When C is 0, when answer is 0, Z flag is 1. When answer is not 0, Z flag is 0. So here you can see Z flag is 1. But this we don't get to see on the processor. What we will see is this flag register, when we'll check the contents of registers after execution. So we will see that contents of flag register is 54. It will automatically be shown to us in the flag register. And if you want to get this value, how we will get? We will convert this hexadecimal number into binary. How we will convert this hexadecimal number into binary? Each digit in the form of 8421 and 8421. So what we are going to get here? 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. So when you match it with this 0, 1, 0, this bit is not used. 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So this is how you will get this value, flag register. Sign 0, this bit is not used. Auxiliary carry, this bit is not used. Parity, this bit is not used. Carry. So this was all about practical 3, in which we performed to multiply two 1 byte hex numbers. But in this example where we multiplied 5 into 9, it didn't give us the answer as 2 byte result. We got 2D, but the remaining 1 byte was 00. So I want to explain the rule of this INRB. INRB, what is this INRB is doing? Like I had told you that the result after multiplying, after adding, you can say after multiplying 05 into 09, or we can say that adding 5 9 times, the result was stored the lower byte, the lower byte, the lower byte the lower byte was stored in accumulator and higher byte was stored in B register. So but after multiplying this 0, 5 and 09, we got 2D. This 2D was in accumulator. Then what about the remaining bytes? The remaining bytes are 0 0, which means what was the answer? 0 0 2D. We are getting only 1 byte answer. In this, when I'm taking this example 5 into 9, I'm getting only 1 byte answer and the remaining bytes will be 0 0. B is used to store the remaining bytes. What if the answer is greater than 1 byte? What if the answer is greater than 1 byte? As it is mentioned in the question that the result should be stored in, or you can say the 2 byte result should be stored in consecutive memory locations starting from 2032 beginning with lower order byte. So the result should be stored at location 2032 beginning with lower order byte. So this is the lower order byte. So at location 2032 2D should be stored and the remaining byte should be stored at location 2033 because it is mentioned that the 2 byte result should be stored in consecutive memory locations starting from 2032 beginning with lower order byte. So the next byte should be stored in location 2033 soon after 2032 consecutive memory location. So 00 it was stored here. What if the answer we get is greater than 1 byte? Here we got only 2D which was of 1 byte and the remaining byte was 0 0. So here I multiplied 5 9 times. Here I multiplied 5 9 times. What if I'll take 85 here instead of 05, 85H, and here I take 02H. I will multiply 85 2 times. So this is going to give me the result 2 byte. The 2 byte result is going to give. So here instead of 5 I will have 85 H and instead of 9 I will take 02 here. The question will remain same that I have to multiply the 2 byte hex numbers, the two 1 byte hex numbers. So these are the two 1 byte hex numbers 85 and 02. We have to multiply these two 1 byte hex numbers stored in consecutive memory locations starting from 2032. So we are going to multiply two 1 byte hex numbers stored in consecutive memory locations starting from 2030. So at 2030 I have stored 02 and at location 2031 I have stored 85. We have to multiply it, or I can say I have to add 85 2 times. Like here we added 5 9 times. In this case I will add 85 2 times. Store the 2 byte result in consecutive memory locations starting from 2032 beginning with lower order byte. So when I will multiply this 85 into 2, or if I will add 85 2 times, what will be the answer? So here 85 is a hexadecimal number. I will convert this hexa into decimal first. So how we can convert a hexadecimal into decimal? Multiply the number at one's place with 16 raised to 0 and multiply 8, the number at tens place with 16 raised to 1. So 16 raised to 0 means 1. So 5 into 1 is going to give us 5. 8 into 16, because this is 16 raised to 1, so 8 into 16, what we will get? 128. And we will add 5 and 128. What we will get? 133. So when we will convert this 85 into decimal, what we will get? 123 base 10. Base 10 means the hexadecimal number. And we will convert 0 to h into decimals. We know that the numbers from 0 to 09 in hexa are equal to the numbers from 0 to 09 in decimals. The numbers in hexa and decimal change after 9. After 9 in hexa we have 0a, and in decimal we have 10. So when we will convert the 02 into hexa, we will get 02 only, because 02 is same in hexa and decimal numbers. So what we can say in other words, that we have to multiply 85 into 02, I mean 133 into 02, or we will have to add 133 two times. So we have to multiply 133 into 02. So what we will get? 266 in decimals. Now we will convert this into hexa. How we will convert it into hexa? Divide 266. When I want to convert this decimal number into hexa, I will divide it by 16. So 16 6 are 96. We got 10 as a remainder. Now divide this 16 by 16. Divide this 16 by 16. 16 ones are 16. What we got remainder as 0. Then we will divide this 1 by 16. 0 0 will get 1. So remainder what we got as 1. We will take the remainder in reverse order. So first is 1, and the second is 0, and the third is 10. So 1, now we will convert this 1 into, this is in decimals, we will convert it into hexa. In hexa also it is 1. This is in decimals, when we will convert into hexa, in hexa also it is 0. When we will, this is in decimals, when we will convert into hexa, we will get a. When we convert 10 into hexa, we get a. So in hexadecimals the answer will be 10a, and in decimals the answer is 266. Okay, but in processor we are going to see the answer as 10a. because the microprocessor shows the answers in hexadecimals. So the answer which you will get is 10A. So as you can see, this 10A, the result which we got is greater than 1 byte. This is lower order byte and this is higher order byte. There is nothing, so I will write 0. True. So this is lower order byte, this is higher order byte. So we are getting here the answer greater than 1 byte. We are getting 2 byte answer. So let us relate it with the program now. First instruction was XRA A. This instruction exclusive OR the contents of accumulator with accumulator itself. So A will become 0. This we know. This I have explained in detail to you. And we know that in advance that we are using A to store lower byte of the result. To store lower byte of the result. And we are using B to store higher byte result. We are using C register for loop. For how many times we need to add. Like we need to add 85 two times. So C will hold 0 2 in this case. So this will help us to run the loop. How many times I want to add 85? 2. So I will add in C register. The C register will hold 0 2. So the first instruction is XRA A to make the contents of accumulators 0, because by default the register contents of the accumulator before execution is CC. So we'll have to make it 0. How we can make the contents of accumulator is 0? Using the XRA A instruction. Exclusive OR contents of A with accumulator itself. The next instruction is move B, A. Contents of A will be copied into B because we are going to use B register to store the higher order byte of the result. So B will become 0 0. In order to make the contents of B 0 0, we will copy the contents of accumulator into B. Because there is some default value stored in the B register in the microprocessor. Here, the default values which you will see, you can see it here. In A there is CC, in B FF, so there is some default value. So we'll have to make them 0 0 because we are going to store result in accumulator and B. Also, here I want to add 85. I want to add 85 two times. 85 plus 85. But this first 85 should be added with 0 0. So now in accumulator there is 0 0, in B register there is 0 0. Next instruction you will see is LXI H, 2030 H. That means HL is equal to 2030 H. That means 20 is stored in H and 30 is stored in L, and HL is the register pair HL is the only register pair which is used to point to the contents of memory location. If I would have used LXI-D, that means in DE 2030 will be stored, but there will be any M value because DE is not used to point to the contents of a particular location. Only HL is used to point to the contents of a location. DE will not be able to point to the contents of a location 2030 in this case. But HL is only register pair which is used to point to the contents of a particular location. In this case, this HL is pointing to the contents of a location 2030. So there is M value. What is there at 2030? At 2030 there is 02. We are using LXI 2030 so that I get the M value as 02 and I'll copy this 02 into the C register because we know that we are going to use the C register to run the loop. We'll run the loop because I want to add 85 two times, so the loop should be run twice. So that's why I have used LXI 2030 so that in M I could store 02 and later on I can copy this M into C register. So next instruction is move C, M. That means contents of M will be copied into C. So C will become 02. After this, I will increment H, INX, H. That means the HL will be incremented by 1. We will add 1 to 2030. So HL will be incremented by 1. After adding 1 to 2030, we will get 2031. We know HL is used to point to the contents of a memory location, so there is M value. What is there at 2031? At 2031, there is 85H. 85H. Now I want to add this 85 two times. I have to add this 85 two times to get the result. To multiply 85 into 2. So I will use add instruction. Add M. Add instruction means A is equal to A plus M. First, I wanted to add this 85 with 00. I have made contents of accumulator 00 and contents of M is 85. So add M means contents of A will be added with contents of M and the result will be stored in accumulator itself. A is how much? 00. M is 85. So after adding this, what we will get? A is equal to 85 only. After this, there is next instruction JNC. (200C). Now when we perform this addition, 0 0 plus 85, we'll convert this into binary. What we will get? We'll add them. Is there any carry? No, there is no carry. No carry is there. We'll convert this into again hexa. So what we will get? 85H. There is no carry. So here is jump or not carry. Was there any carry? No. Condition satisfied. Condition satisfied, so it will jump to location 200C. Here. Jump or not carry. Condition satisfied because we didn't have any carry after adding 00 plus 85. Condition satisfied, so it will jump to location 200C. It will bypass this instruction and it will jump to location 200C. What is there at location 200C? DCRC. It will jump to location 200C. What is there at that location? DCRC. Why DCRC? Because we are done with this addition. We have added 85 one time. We have successfully added 85 for the first time. Because we wanted to add 85 two times, we had made the contents of C register 02. Now for the first time we have added the 85. So we will decrement C. C was how much? 02. It will decrement and it will become 01. Next instruction is JNZ. JNZ 2007. When answer is not 0, then jump to location 2007. Is the answer 0? No. Condition satisfied. Jump on not 0. Answer is not 0. Condition satisfied. So it will jump to location 2007. So what is there at location 2007? Jump on not 0. So condition satisfied. So it is going to jump to location 200C. What is there at 200? Sorry, it will jump to location 2007. What is there at location 2007? Add M. What is there at location 2007? Add M. 2007 is here. So it will be back here again for adding 85 the next time. So again, add M means A is equal to A plus M. Now, what is the value of A? Now the value of A is 85. So here we will have 85 and contents of M is still 85. Contents of M is still 85. So when we'll add 85 plus 85, what we will get? We are adding 85 plus 85. We'll convert them into binary. when we'll add it, what we'll get? What we got? 8 plus 2 is 10, which means A, and there is a carry. We got here a carry. What if we get the carry? In the previous example, when we added 5 9 times, we didn't get the carry. But here we got the carry. So the answer which we will have is here 0A. In accumulator, the result will be 0A. Now we'll check the condition J and C. Jump on, not carry. But we got the carry. Condition not satisfied. It was jumping only when there was no carry. But in this case, we got the carry. So the condition is not satisfied. So it will not jump to location 200C. It will execute the instruction soon after J and C. What is the instruction soon? Which instruction is there soon after J and C? INRB. When the condition was satisfying, when there was no carry, it was jumping to location 200C bypassing INRB. But when condition is not satisfied, so it will execute the next instruction soon after JNC. So what is the instruction? INRB. INRB. That means increment B. B was how much? 0 0. We had made the contents of B 0 0. Now it will be incremented. B is equal to 0 1. After INR, DCRC is there. C will be decremented, C will become 0 0. The condition after this, the condition is J and Z, jump on not 0. But we got the 0, condition is not satisfying. So it will not jump to location 2007, it will execute the instruction soon after J and Z. What instruction is there after J and Z? After J and Z, there is INXH. So the logic of the program is still here, but these instructions are used to store the result to the location 2032 and 2033, because it is mentioned in the question that store the 2-byte result in consecutive memory locations starting from 2032. So here what we had discussed was when we will multiply 85 into 2, what result are we going to get? 10A, or we can say 00. Here 0A, is a lower order byte and 01 is a higher order byte. This 0A is stored in accumulator and this 01 is stored in B register in our program. Here in accumulator 0A is there and in B register there is 01. But in the question it is mentioned that store the 2-byte result. The result which we got is of 2 byte. Store the 2-byte result in consecutive memory locations starting from 2032. So we have to store the result at location 2032. So starting from 2032, beginning with lower order byte. So the lower order byte is 0A. So at location 2032, 0A should be stored. And at location 2033, which is consecutive. Soon after 2032, at location 2033, what will be there? Higher order byte, which is 01. So in B register 01 is there, in accumulator 0 is there. When we talk about the program till J and Z, in accumulator 0 is there and in B 01 is there. Now we want to store this 0A at location 2032 and then the 01 to location 2033. In order to do that, we'll have to perform few instructions. Soon after J and Z, it is INX H. That means increment HL by 1. What is there in HL currently? 2031. It will be incremented by 1. We will add 1 to this. What we will get after adding 1 to 2031? We will get 2032. And we know that HL is used to point to the contents of a particular memory location. Here HL is pointing to the contents of location 2032. So what there should be some value at M. But at location 2032 I want to store the contents of accumulator, isn't it? I want to store the result at location 2032. The content, indirectly we can say we have to store the contents of accumulator at location 2032. So the next instruction we will use is MOV M comma A. That means contents of A will be copied into M. A is how much? 0A. So M will be how much? 0A. And at location 2032 at M we have successfully stored 0A. After this there is an instruction again INX H, because we have to store the higher order byte at location 2033. We have to store the contents of B register in 2033. So HL is equal to, after what is there in HL? In HL there is 2032. We will add 1 to this, we will get 2033. So HL will be incremented by 1. So we will get 2033. There is going to be some M value here. We have to copy the contents of B register, at location 2033. So there is instruction move M comma B. What is there in B? There is 01. So 01 will be copied into M. So M is equal to 01. So we have successfully stored 01 at location 2033. And then RST 5, end of the program. Because we have successfully stored the result at location 2032 and 2033. So this is the purpose of INRB in the program. So I hope it's clear to you. So we will stop here.